Hello, today I wanted to look at your shoulders and improving the mobility for any shoulder aches and pains that you might be experiencing. Our shoulder joint is the most flexible joint in the body, and that flexibility, enabling it to move in all directions, also makes it the weakest joint in your body, so it's very susceptible to injury, aches and pains. I've got George, my skeleton, here to show you the shoulder blade. So here you can see it's resting on the back of your rib cage. In George's case, it's nailed down, so rest assured you don't have that going on. It's pretty much free floating with a muscle that's attached to the inside of the shoulder blade, acting to help draw it down onto the rib cage. Your shoulder blade is actually only attached to the rest of your skeleton by this small joint here that is the other end of your clavicle, where it starts to meet the shoulder blade coming down. So thank you for that, George. So this week I wanted to look at trying to relax off the shoulder and get it starting to feel a little bit more mobile. If you do have an injury, the first instruction that comes out from your brain really is, if you found a place that doesn't hurt you too much, stay in that position. And whilst that will help initially to sort of help you rest and sort of immobilize that area, as that injury starts to repair and movement starts to be reintroduced, it can feel really painful. So this first set of exercises are designed to get those muscles starting to work and firing up in a safe way, so that you feel a bit more confident in tackling other more mobility based exercises. So I'm going to adjust the camera so that you can see more of my shoulder joint, a little bit more I think. Okay, so here is my affected shoulder, and what I'm doing is I'm tucking the elbow in close to my body, and I've got it here. Now, if in an ideal world, I'd be able to freely move it forwards towards you, moving away. I'd be opening it out, rotating it out, feel like you're opening a garden gate, closing that garden gate. So a bit of rotation forwards and backwards. That's what this exercise is about. And I've got it tucked in. My other hand, however, has got other ideas, and it's going to try and stop me moving. So let's move sideways on. You can see I've got my hand in front, and I'm now just gently pushing into the hand. So you can see that in effect I'm hardly moving. And but what I am doing is I'm firing up the muscles in my rotator cuff. You should feel them working, and then releasing them off. So just forwards in, releasing off. Now, if you were going to go outwards, hand is coming in, it's coming round now, and now you can see I'm trying to I'm resisting into my hand, and I'm trying to get it to open, but I'm also failing. And then moving it round to this side, I'm pushing into the hand, so I'm closing that garden gate and releasing off. But you should, in all these examples, feel as though you are firing up those muscles. You can feel them firing up and then releasing off. To go backwards, obviously it's quite hard to sort of put you could put your hand there, but it can be a little bit tricky. So what about, feel as if you're standing against a wall. So imagine the wall is resting along my upper arm, and I'm pushing into the wall. So again, I'm firing it up and letting it go. So that is covering all the movements going forwards, backwards, rotating outwards, rotating inwards. The other one I want you to do is, again, this is the position. So imagine there's a wall, you've got a wall there. There's my imaginary wall. And what I'm doing is I'm pushing into the wall. And what I'm doing, remember I mentioned that muscle that was lining the inside of your shoulder blade. That is the muscle that we're targeting there to get it to move. Trying to get your arm to go behind your back can be quite difficult if you've got mobility issues with your shoulder. So that might be something that you need to really work at. The final one I want to do with you is to get you relaxing this shoulder joint. It's a very complicated joint with lots of tendons for the muscles, nerves, ligaments, all sort of mishmashing and coming together with their own allocated space, and any mobility issues or inflammation might start to impinge on others' ability to function in that joint. So this exercise is designed to relax it off, and we're going to use gravity. So again, I'm pushing the camera down and I'm bending over, so my arm is now coming downwards, and if you can see from the front, I've got it moving in a circle. And just letting it do that movement. Now, what's happening there is that you've got tiny little oscillations. You've also got gravity pulling your arm further down, lengthening that arm in effect. They're sort of pulling it a little bit out of the socket. And the overall effect is to send a relaxing message to your shoulder joint, saying, just relax off a little bit. So a lot of my clients find that one very relaxing. So hopefully those stretches will help. We've looked at relaxing the shoulder joint. We've looked at a little bit of the mobility, getting the movement going, and I hope that video helps if you've got really bad mobility issues. You can, if you as you start to get them, you can add something like a resistance band to progress the exercises. So how would you use those? If you just have the resistance band, you can see it's actually easier for me to do it on that one. Opening the gate is a bit easier. You'd have to reposition the band in order to do the other directions. But hopefully you can see how you've got a little bit of mobility and a little bit of progression in there. So I hope you found that helpful, and I look forward to seeing you in another video. Take care. Bye.